Hey guys, Uncle Ray. Welcome to another episode of the Crypto Bellwether. The first thing I'm going to tell you is there is no clickbait in that title, and I'm going to prove that exact statement in this episode. I'm going to walk you through my thought process, and I'm going to tell you why I think that way, and I'm going to back it up with facts. Now, I'm going to make this video as short as I can because, quite frankly, the information is endless. This could be a 5-hour documentary. Now, I wish I was that guy that could create a very elaborate, video, but unfortunately, I'm not. Now, my strong suit is I know how to follow the money. I'm very non-biased, and I may want a certain outcome, but when I go down a rabbit hole and I do my research, I only go where the information takes me. Because quite frankly, a lot of people want to follow the technology. Well, that would be a mistake. It doesn't matter that a certain, let's say, layer one has better technology than, say, Ethereum. It's irrelevant. Now, it may pan out in the long run, 10, 20 years from now. However, as it sits, I know this to be a fact. And I learned it because I've worked for two Fortune 50 corporations. One was a global powerhouse, and one was Bear Stearns, which is like a Goldman Sachs. And when you've been behind the curtain and you've sat at the desk with those guys, played some golf with those type guys, you understand that nothing, and I mean nothing, is as it appears. And you'll also understand, no ifs and buts about it, that the U.S. government, the central banks, and Wall Street pick winners and losers. Period. Now, here's what we got going on right now with crypto. You've got the crypto community, especially the Bitcoin community, that wants to just be left alone. Leave us alone. We don't need regulation. Just tell us what little regulation you have, and we'll figure it out. We'll protect our own community. We just want to be left alone. Well, that's one entity. That's me and you. The other entity is the central banks, who know they are obsolete. And then they see something like Ripple and XRP coming along with their cross-border payments and everything that they have, and they literally know that to be true. Then, and what they want, they first of all want to stay in business, but second of all, what they want is they want to control everything just like the old school. You can trade crypto, but they want you to trade it through their bank, right? They want to control DeFi. They literally want for you to open a bank account or a crypto account, whatever you want to call it for the future, and they'll pay you maybe 10% interest, and that'll make the average sheep in the world happy. They'll be like, wow, I'm getting 10% with this new technology. Meanwhile, they'll be using DeFi like yield farming and staking and all that, and they'll be making 30%, 50%, 300%, and they will be controlling everything. I'm going to show you a video where they literally say, we want to control the digital dollar. And they also want to control stable coins. And I'll be surprised if they don't pull that off. I hope I'm wrong. Quite frankly, guys, I hope I'm wrong about everything that I'm talking about. Now, what does Wall Street want? Well, Wall Street doesn't really care about anything except they want to be able to make the most money for themselves and their clients. That's it. It's just like, look at all these ICOs, guys. There's no regulation. Me and you can jump in. Anyone can jump in. Well, you can't do that on Wall Street. You can't get into an IPO unless you're an accredited investor. And trust me when I tell you, they want everyone to have to be accredited, maybe not to trade crypto, but to get the pre-sales and the ICOs. They want to regulate that out so they'll make all the money. and they have all joined forces to back Ethereum. Now, whether people like that or not, I know some of you are already triggering, wanting to leave, and that's fine, but the facts are the facts. They created the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance. That's Wall Street. We're going to walk through all this. So you got the banks and Wall Street. Now, what's the U.S. government want? The U.S. government wants to control it all, and mainly because of the taxes. No matter what they say, they want to control the money side of it, because they know if I can control your money, I can control you, no matter what. That's why Bitcoin is a big issue to them, and they don't like tornado cash. And they are pulling out all stops to win, all three of those entities. And quite frankly, I wish crypto community would come together and put some billions of dollars and take their ass to Washington, because whether you like it or not, we're going to have to fight, and we're going to have to fight hard to win this battle. And we're not going to win it. All four entities are going to get their share, but if they have their way, we will get, that much. And we're going to have to fight for it. Now, I'm going to walk you through the process of how everyone thinks, and I'm just going to, move through it. But I'm going to prove to you that every entity has their own thought process of what they want to happen. And they, in my opinion, have weaponized the U.S. government to make it happen. And they're doing that through Ripple and XRP. Now, I don't know how that's going to pan out, but I do know, no ifs and bits about it, that they are sabotaging Ripple XRP right now. And it's a plan that they got together to make happen. And now this is just a prediction of just common sense, but you'll understand it probably more of why I'm about to say this once you watch this video. I truly believe that the XRP SEC lawsuit will not end until they're ready to roll out what it is that those other three entities want. They're not just going to end it this month like a lot of people think, because see, they're looking at something like it's a legit court case. It's not. It's a weapon. And Wall Street and the government and the bank said, whoa, we have to stop Ripple and XRP. We got to slow them down. We got to have time to create everything that they do and knock them out of the picture as much as we can. Now, they're not going to be able to totally knock them out of the picture. And guys, you're not going to like to hear this, but this is not an insult. This is just facts as I see them. And I don't like it. But if Ripple XRP went out of business tomorrow and there was no XRP token, everything's going to stay the same. Everything that Ripple offers, they are duplicating. And I'm going to prove it to you as we go through this. Now, before we get into that, go ahead and hit that like button, guys. It really helps us out a lot, and we do appreciate it. Now, this first video that I'm going to show you, and I'm just going to show you two clips from it. This lady heads up the blockchain department for Wells Fargo. Now, Wells Fargo has been doing blockchain for a long time. Now, she's talking to like other central bankers and powerhouses around the world in this video. And she brings to their attention, look, we have an issue. We're going obsolete. And she calls out Facebook. She calls out a lot of different, entities like DeFi. And in my opinion, this first statement, she's talking about Ripple XRP. Now, in this video, and I urge everyone to go listen to it. It's about 30 minutes long, but it's eye-opening and it's very triggering, but it's information you need to know if you're a serious investor and you want to know where to put your money in the banking reset. Because, guys, I got news for you. It's not going to end up like you think. Stop following the technology. Stop following those banking coins that everyone thinks they're going to win because of their technology. Follow the money. And that's what we're doing in this video. Now, in this video, she basically says a couple of things. She says we have a joint enemy, which is, in my opinion, she's talking about XRP. She says that we want to control the digital dollar. And we plan on doing it. And how are we going to make that happen? We're going to join forces as the banks. We're going to use our political clout, and we're going to change the legal, the legal requirements, and we're going to change regulations. She says all that in this video. Now check it out. The first thing she says is, now think about it. She's talking about bankers.
Because, well, like I like to say, nothing unites like a perceived common enemy. And in 2020, we see what are now many mature solutions coming to market and gaining market traction. And
now think about that, guys. She knows that Uber is coming for the banking sector, and that Uber is XRP and Ripple. Now, as she says in this video, look, we're going to use our political clout and change the regulation. We're going to change the game if at all possible. And we have to stick together. And they have a very advanced blockchain. They have cross-border payments. They don't need Ripple. They don't need their ledger. All these, there's so many entities out there, guys, I hate to say it, have the same type of product. That's what they've been doing. They've been, in my opinion, when you see XRP on a board or hanging out with bankers or whatever it is, guys, that's that old saying, keep your enemies close. And look at all the information they've been gathering. They've had almost 2 years now. Hey, what is the ledger? How do we duplicate that? Tear it apart. How do we stop it? That's what's been going on, guys. Now, check this out. What she says right here. Hold on. Well, bear with me. I thought I had it set up, but bear with me, guys.
And finally, the idea that commercial banks could eventually own the programmability of a digital US dollar and its distribution for many market uses is extremely compelling, because this would competitively position us to better meet customer needs, better meet customer expectations, while also maintaining market structure and improving services.
So maintaining market structure. She means maintaining how the banking system goes on. Guys, go there. It's r3.com and then type in Wells Fargo Digital Cash. Watch that video. Now, the next thing, a lot of people, I hear it every day, they hate on Ethereum. And I'm not saying that Ethereum is the biggest, baddest, and greatest. However, they have been picked to win. Those other three entities are pushing as much as possible onto Ethereum for a lot of different reasons. Now, I want you to think about it, guys, because a lot of people talk about, oh, I saw this with, ABC token, and this layer one's doing this, etc., etc. But what you don't see is stuff like this, the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance. Now, I want you to think about what that is, guys. That is Wall Street and the banks, but mainly Wall Street, got together and said, hey, we want to get our piece of the pie. We got to have an entity that we know. We can't do insider trading if we're not on the inside. They picked Ethereum. Why did Ethereum get a pass? Because, guys, and I'm not going to get into the debate whether XRP is a security or not, but no one in their right mind can say XRP is a security and Ethereum's not. There's no way. And if those two are, 95% of all the crypto is the same way. And quite frankly, they need to win this lawsuit. However, in my opinion, it doesn't matter if they're right or wrong, guys. We've seen this in the presidential stuff going on in the last 8 years. It doesn't matter. They can still lose even if they're 100% right. Don't kid yourself, guys, because we are now, even though we're a first world country and arguably the leader of the free world, we're starting to go into third world politics. And it's BS, but that's the way it is, guys. But I truly believe they're going to get the outcome that they want. Doesn't matter about who has the best lawyer. Doesn't matter about how much money Ripple spends. None of that matters, guys. They're going to get the outcome that the SEC, the U.S. government's going to get the outcome that they want. Now, they can't just totally bulldoze Ripple XRP because they have eyes on them. But they're going to do as much damage as they can, which they're doing. And this is not going to be over until they're ready for it to be over. Now, follow the money, guys. Don't worry about anything else. Follow the money. Now, you know that the Fed now just came out. Well, that led me down the rabbit hole because everyone said, hey, see, sounds like XRP to me. Has nothing to do with XRP. But see, everyone wants to always say it's XRP. It's XRP. And guys, I'm not here to condemn XRP. I love Ripple and I love XRP. I own it. But look at their partners, guys. Remember, who's the other entity? It's Wall Street. IBM, who's on the board of Hedera, Hashgraph. IBM has its own ledger, guys. It has its own blockchain technology. I think everything they do is going to sit on Hedera. That's another video, but follow the money. The money does lead to Hedera. How do I say that? Because Microsoft is part of the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance, but they sit on the board of Hedera as well. Google, they sit on the board of Hedera. This is not a Hedera, video, but HBAR is, one of the runner-ups behind Ethereum of what Wall Street wants. I truly believe that, and a few others, but we're not going to talk about those. Now, this just proves the fact. This article talks about Wells Fargo and Hsbc, two of the biggest world powerhouses, global power banks, and it says they have a blockchain technology for cross-border payments. Now, you can argue it's not as good as the ledger. Again, irrelevant. They're the front runner, and once they start doing it, and she even alludes to this in the video, she says, once we adopt the technology for us, it's for all of you, because we can prove it, and then we can legislate it, and then it will come to fruition. That's their plan, guys. Now, here's some Ripple alternatives. Now, the only reason I'm pointing this out is, and this is not about ragging on Ripple. Ripple's getting the shaft. Ripple, by no ifs and buts about it, in my opinion. They were the front runner. They were the cutting edge. They were going to win the lion's share of the banking reset, and they got stopped dead in their tracks, and we'll see how it pans out. But they're not going to get the lion's share, and the lion's share will sit on top of Ethereum, ever how that looks out. Now, IBM, again, Hedera, Ethereum, Bitcoin. And guys, a lot of people don't understand how powerful Bitcoin is, but every bank, in my opinion, is going to be using Bitcoin, period. For cross-border payments, just like, Ripple uses Bitcoin in the ODL just like they do XRP. People never want to talk about that. But look, Quorum, that's JP Morgan's product, guys. See, they all have been building their own products, trying to play catch up. Now they're going to regulate it, and I promise you, and I hope I'm wrong, it is going to be so bizarre whatever rolls out, it's not going to roll out anything like we think. It's not a fair fight, guys. When we get the outcome of Ripple, the regulation is going to be just across the board. And if they lose, or if they have to be a security, it's going to just decimate crypto. Now, I hope I'm wrong. I hope they come to some conclusion. My true beliefs is that they're going to try to regulate the stable coins, the exchanges, the ICOs, and DeFi. That's what they're going to try to do as much as they can get away with. Now, here's more proof that, you know, there's groups that control what's happening. This is the Linux Foundation, but look at some of the names: Apple, Facebook, Google, IBM, HBAR, Microsoft, HBAR, and Ethereum. Now, I want to say one other thing. She mentioned in that video, basically, thank God we stopped Facebook. That would have killed us. She literally says that now I'm paraphrasing, but she says that in the video. And that just proves the point, guys. And I'm going to hit on another couple of things while I'm thinking about it. Look what BlackRock just did. BlackRock basically has its own spot, is implementing its own spot ETF for their customers. We don't have access to it, but they're going to basically have access to it. They bought into Coinbase. Now, another thought, they stopped Facebook from having a crypto. That's all political. That's all these groups getting together. Now, what else just happened? Terra. I don't care what anyone says. I don't have any proof, and I don't even know how to prove it. But I truly believe that the power that be, you know, the powers behind that I'm talking about, those three entities got together and said, hey, how do we stop Terra? They are literally going to have a stable coin that arguably, especially if you believe in Bitcoin and crypto, that stable coin will be more dominant and have more legitimacy than the US dollar backed stable coin. We can't have that. And they're moving too fast. And DeFi is exploding. We got to stop it. And it didn't take much money, guys. And, you know, with the money they have, they get together a couple of developers and say, analyze how to knock this off their peg. Tell us how much. Tell us how to make it happen. And let's get it done. And that's exactly what happened, guys. And the reason was they were not ready for a Bitcoin stablecoin, Bitcoin-backed stablecoin. It couldn't happen. You will not convince me that I'm not right. Now, I'm going to tell you that R3, and if you are an accredited investor, there's two stocks to buy, guys. It's Ripple. Ripple is going to be one of the biggest IPOs on the stock exchange that we've ever seen. I truly believe that. And then R3. R3 is playing both sides in the middle. They have the banks in their back pocket, and they have Wall Street, and they're going to do their own IPO. That's what they talk about. But look, guys, they're talking about having their own DeFi network and their own token. See, they're going to do exactly. They're cloning Ripple XRP. They're cloning it. Plus, they're doing it with the backing of the U.S. government. They're doing it with the backing of the banks and of Wall Street. They're all coming together. R3 is one of the chosen ones to win. Period. Ethereum and R3. Put your money there, not financial advice. Whether you like it or not, ride their coattails. And this is where they talk about R3's IPO coming up. But look at the names again, guys. Who's affiliated with R3? Wells Fargo, Microsoft, Intel, right? It all leads to one of the three groups, guys. Now, What's this? The Hyperledger Foundation. Well, look at this. Xcentra and Ethereum Foundation. Guys, when you see these powerful people get together, they are all getting together to push their agenda forward, whatever that agenda is. That's what you got to follow, guys. Follow the powerful money and the powerful people. Most people call it the smart money. It's not that they're just so smart. It's just that they have the U.S. government behind them and everything else, and money behind them. So if they decide tomorrow that, for instance, Ethereum is not the one, and they want to move it into Solana, and they start a Solana Enterprise Alliance, well, Solana would be the one. But whether Solana's technology is better or HBAR's technology is better than Ethereum, they have already chose Ethereum, and it's so far out front, guys, with the ecosystem. Doesn't matter if it's better or not. The ecosystem is the most powerful in the world, and Wall Street is building its dApps and everything on top of it. Now, last one, the Digital Dollar Project. And guys, I can go on and on and on for hours. Well, the Digital Dollar Project is a partnership between Xcentra and the Digital Dollar Foundation to advance exploration of the United States Central Bank Digital Currency, CBDC. Now, guess who is on the board of HBAR? Xcentra. And they are part of the Ethereum Alliance. So for whatever that is worth, guys, follow the money. I don't know how it's going to work out, but I do know that Ethereum is the front runner, and you can fight it all you want, and there may be 5 other layer 1s that are better than Ethereum. That's irrelevant, and that's going to be irrelevant for at least the next 5, probably 10 years, but definitely for the next 5 years, because Wall Street and the government has decided that Ethereum is the go-to blockchain that they are going to back. And if they can stop Bitcoin, they will. And Ethereum will be the one. Now, a lot of people say, no, XRP, and I say this with love, guys. I wish I was wrong, and I hope I'm wrong. A lot of people want to say, look, XRP is going to be a global currency. It's going to be the settlement layer. No, it's not. It's not, guys, because they can't control it. They're not getting, there's no XRP alliance. Wall Street, the crypto community hasn't even got together and said, hey, we'll fund your law bill, right? Which they should, right? But Wall Street is not backing XRP and Ripple. That's just the way it is, guys. I don't know what you think. I know I just get on my rant and I get going. However, there's a lot of proven points that I just made. You got to follow the money, guys. Follow the money. And if you got triggered, my suggestion is you got to learn to separate and just don't let anything that you can't control bother you. Just go with it. So go take a look at Ethereum. And trust me, guys, once Ethereum is set up and it's up and running, firing on all cylinders, and regulation comes in, you're gonna see billions, if not trillions of dollars stacking on top of it. And then they are going to go after Bitcoin like something you've probably never seen. Now, here's what gives me hope about 2 different things. Number 1, BlackRock. If they put $1 trillion into Bitcoin with their fund that they're creating, that's a no-no. You will never touch Bitcoin. It gets a pass. So I'm happy to see that. I was really, really concerned about the exchanges and Coinbase especially. That's where most of my money is. And then when ARK Investments dumped and you saw all that bad news, and then the SEC were sending them letters, I was really concerned of how that would look. And I'm still concerned, but knowing that BlackRock owns what is it, 33%, whatever, they're probably getting a pass. Now they're going to get regulation, but they are going to be one of the chosen ones, just like Ethereum. So anyway, guys, that's all I got for you. Hopefully you like that information. I could go and give you a lot more information. I'm going to put links to that video down below. Anyway, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And if you know someone that is really, really smart or really goes down the rabbit hole with blockchain, send this to them. Tell them to analyze it, tear it all up. I mean, I hope I'm wrong. But when you put blinders on and you don't go left or right because you're biased, you just follow the money leads you to Ethereum, and it leads you to the sabotage of Ripple XRP. Anyway, guys, there's going to be a lot of different crazy things go on in the next probably 18 months. Some of the craziest stuff we've ever seen. That being said, I know this is a negative sounding video. I couldn't be more ecstatic about the future of crypto and blockchain and everything. I truly believe there's going to be more people change their life in the next 5 to 10 years through, crypto and this type of technology than in the history of man. There's never been anything like it, probably never will, definitely in my lifetime. That being said, educate yourself and get to stacking. That's not financial advice, but that's what I'm doing. Pick out really strong projects and stack them. Ethereum, Polygon, HBAR. I love XRP. I think it's a phenomenal trade. Once we get regulation and see how that works out, I'll decide then. But for now, my plan is once a week or two after we get that announcement and it starts to pump, I'm going to start dollar cost averaging out. That's just my plan. Do with that as you will. But hopefully you could see I truly believe 100% that I'm right. Guys, I've been behind the curtain with Bear Stearns, and I'm telling you, that's how it works. Insider trading, guys, that's just how Wall Street works. In my opinion, 100% of all the big boys, that's what they do. Anyway, guys, follow the money. Don't listen to me. Go down the rabbit hole. Do your own homework, but follow the money. That's all I got for you guys. Didn't mean to ramble on, but hopefully I made it all clear, and hopefully you find this pretty interesting. Please be a part of this community. If not, hit that like button. Take care. Come back, guys.